Yo, what's good? You already know who it is. This is your boy, man. This is your boy, Jay. Welcome to another episode of In the Cut with Jay. And today, we got a special guest. We got my man, my brother, Prince McIntyre, and his lovely wife, Deborah. And today, we're going to be talking about an upcoming play that he's talking about called My Life Matters. It is one of those plays that everybody needs to go out there and see and really just take it all in. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and he's hitting on a lot of subjects in his play alone. So welcome to my show, my brother. I appreciate you just giving me the time and opportunity to interview you and your lovely wife, and we can talk about this play that you got going on right now.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you for having me, man. I am excited to be here, man. I appreciate this opportunity and this platform that I can share this vision that God has given me, man. I'm excited as well. So I'm ready for it.
Man, let's go. So, before we talked, I was basically asking you, before we even go into the play, I want to know what made you step into what you're doing right now. Did something tragically happen for you to live your life the way you're living, as far as dedicating your life to the play that you got going on? What was a click for you that made you come up with My Life Matters, My Life Plays?
Well, My Life Matters is definitely a personal journey. It's a personal assignment of mine. It was founded, or it was just given to me a couple of years back when I was in my recording studio. So I was battling and wrestling with depression, and you know, like depression is like high blood pressure.
Exactly.
It's not seen until you snap, or you know. So you know, no schooling. You know, I don't have a degree in this. I just have life experience, man, where I was suicidal, man. And I just wanted to just give up. You know, lost my aunt to suicide, lost a few cars, which is materialistic things, exactly. But I lost jobs, you know, been in and out of a relationship that was not going right, and then God said, your life matters. You know, I was just kind of toying around with it, but I still wasn't obedient to when he told me to go and tell your story, and it took like a years until I met Deborah. It was when I really came to realization that I have to do this.
And just to take note and just to chime in on what you were saying, depression. I hit depression of all time about 2 years ago myself. You understand what I'm saying? It was a point in my life where I never thought about suicidal, but it was to a point to where I knew I wasn't feeling myself. And I was always down about myself. I was hopeless. It felt like I was guilty for something that I didn't even know what I was guilty for. It was just a point in my life to where I really just shut down. And everybody that knows Jay, everybody knows that I am bubbly all the time. It really doesn't matter what's going on. I really don't show how I feel. You feel me? Whatever I'm going through, I try to fight through it. But this time in my life, I really shut down, and I knew I had to go get help. So that's why whenever I connected with you, my brother, I think that's what brought us together, because I felt where you was coming from. You understand what I'm saying? And after we was digressing and I was basically asking you what the play was about, man, you told me that. Let me get my paper. Y'all know I like my paper. Mental illness.
Yeah.
Big thing. Sexual abuse. Bullying. Suicides. Yo, like, those is topics that everybody need to really take serious. There's a lot of things that people just overlook, but those are topics and conversations that people need to have. I don't know if y'all know, but when it comes to suicides, 1 out of 4 actually kill themselves, but 1 person actually kill themselves every 40 seconds. So that means there's 1 million people per year dying of suicides.
That's right.
So it's just a real conversation. Then on top of that, a few weeks ago you chimed in, we was talking about bullying.
Yeah.
Which is another conversation that we need to look at instead of just overlooking it. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of things going on in this play that hit hard home for me. You understand what I'm saying? So, man.
But that's the purpose of My Life Matters. The purpose, our company is Equal Yoke Enterprises, and when we take the entertainment part, it's combined with our ministry as well. So our mission is to create the stage for change. And Deborah can fill in more with that. But when you're looking at My Life Matters and all the subjects that we're bringing forth, it is issues that our community lack, transparency.
Exactly.
Our culture doesn't speak about mental health or mental illness because it's associated with being crazy.
Exactly.
You know, so My Life Matters is designed to break the stigma one scene at a time.
Man, most definitely.
You know, so we got one scene that's dealing with where the professor was molested when she was a young girl, and then at the same time her daughter is being bullied in school,
Yes.
contemplating suicide, and then her husband has post-traumatic stress disorder, and then you're looking at the, you know, the whole idea of depression followed up to suicide. Her mother took her life. So these are stories based on true stories that I encountered with, and even my wife was wrestling with the demon, you know what I mean, just trying to take us out.
Man.
You know, so bullying is very near and dear to me. I have a child, I have daughters, and you know, one thing I teach my 7-year-old is that, you know, stand up. You know, and if the bully, kill the bully with kindness, I tell her to kill him with kindness. And sometimes you'll be surprised that person that's trying to be a, you know, because I was a bully. We just want pain to go away. You know, we just want to get this pain off of us. And so we bully people just to push pain to them, but not realizing in this new culture, in this new generation, these young kids' mental health is at stake where that they take their lives.
Yeah.
They're taking their lives, man. I'm getting calls, I'm getting DMs and things like that from parents that's telling me about their 10-year-old, their 9-year-old that took their lives.
Man, mental illness, when I was doing the research of mental illness, so much stuff popped up. I didn't know it was as deep as it was. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's an umbrella of everything that's going on. So here I go with my paper again, so I'm going to go ahead. So when it came to mental illness, it said 1 out of 4 will suffer. But out of the 2 that will suffer mental illness are adults that is a lot of problems dealing with debt. That's stress.
Absolutely.
Bills.
Absolutely.
Bills will have you going crazy.
Absolutely.
On top of that. And then on top of the mental illness, it covers a wide spectrum like I was just saying. Number 1 was anxiety. Man, anxiety, then it goes from anxiety to depression because those go counteracting to each other.
Right.
So.
Right.
Then on top of that, which a lot of the African American community just look over, like you said, is bipolar disorder. Crazy this, that, crazy that. But there's a name to all these disorders that we really don't want to address the issue with.
Right.
You feel me? So mental illness kind of woke me up, and I was like, wow, like this brother putting his play together, it's mind blowing because you're going to reach a lot of people out there, man. And then on top of that, you're the producer. You're the music guy. You're the director. Brother, you got your hands in everything. You got your hands in everything, man.
I've been demoted. You know, I think my wife is telling me to put all those things away. The play consists of song and dance. You know, like I have an incredible dance instructor, choreographer, and director that understands. You know, she's very passionate about this, and she again lend me her gift. You know, Miss Turquoise in the school of Turquoise School of Dance. She has and I don't think we kept this play the same. So she didn't have 9 dancers, 4 dancers, and she just jump in, man. I just give her a song, and she said, I got it. I mean, when we first did this back in 2017, I kept bothering, I got this. I kept bothering, sure, I got this. And when I seen her performance and see her put on her own performance with her own dance company, and I'm like, okay, I just give her a song.
Man, just give her a song and let her do what it do. That's a gift.
Yeah,
she's definitely going to make it happen, Captain.
And we're very thankful for that. So My Life Matters consists of a song and dance, and we have a soundtrack as well. I'll touch on it. But I also want Deborah to chime in because her area of expertise is is youth ministry, and she's so passionate about finances.
Man, most
And
definitely.
so this is why this marriage is not only that she's my ride or die and she might help me, she brings her element and her wisdom and knowledge in reference to this finance thing.
Man,
So that's one of the areas that we touch on finances.
exactly. So you want to chime in on the finance part of My Life Matters?
Well, it's just, I mean, it's like you said, you touched on it when you said that, you know, one of the main reasons for the mental illness is because of, you know, the finances. And that's the area in which, you know, I was attacked in. So,
Right.
you know, that's when I began to realize that, you know, it's much bigger. My Life Matters is much bigger than us. You know, God has a divine plan. And, you know, every time the play is done, you see the plans of God coming
Exactly.
together because, like you said, mental illness is so broad.
Very broad.
You know, it's so broad and it's so wide and it touches so many people. But like myself, you know, and as far as the debt part of it, you know, everything, you know, as you know, that when you're putting on a play, you know, it requires money to do it.
Everything
And we're
costs.
trying to juggle, you know, dance school and, you know, working and putting on a play and, you know, just so many things. And then, you know, when I first moved here, everything started to fall apart. But my pride wanted to keep it together because I was always the giver in my family.
Understand.
So anybody need anything, I'm there. I got you. My friends need it, I got you. So I had the ability to have money, to lose money, not be mature enough with the money and give it all away. And then when I
Understand.
gave it away and it was time for me to, you know, come back, I didn't have those people, you know.
Understand.
So it's like you giving and you giving, but when we stretch ourselves so wide, it can cause, you know, stress and anxiety. And then, you know, it's so many issues with that though. You know, it's debt is so big.
It's very
It is
big.
so big. So, I mean, my part in My Life Matters is to, you know, get that debt part, you know, while he's working on the other stuff. And, you know, like he said, every time we do it, it changes.
It changes.
You know, so when he steps off the stage, the whole crew already know this is not going to be how it is. So we're going to take it
Exactly.
in the moment. And that's why it's so important to just grab it in that moment.
Exactly.
Because the next moment is not the same,
And
you
then
know.
by just chiming on saying that it changes, but each time it changes, y'all are touching
Yeah.
somebody in a different way.
Yeah, you
You
have
can't have the play the same way every time
Yeah.
because you're not going to hit a person. I mean, that's in the audience that
Right.
might need to hear
Right.
a specific word that wasn't in when you wrote it up. So I just appreciate everything
Yes.
that y'all doing. I appreciate the community support. I appreciate just being real, brother, because there's a lot of issues that men don't want to talk about.
Right? We lack the transparency, and that's one of the things. The thing about it is, women go through the battle of depression more so. Men act on suicide more than women.
Man, that's fact.
And so because we bottle it up, a woman they bottle it up. A women they have a lot of things going on. They got the
Exactly.
kids. They got so you would think that the woman will be the one that act on suicide, but it statistically says the man does more so than women
Yeah.
because we're not transparent. And just to go back and piggyback on what you said, each time we do it, we change. I don't think Deborah and I did this play and we did not have someone walk up to us and said, "Thank you." We were about to. I was about to take my life. We had a lady call the radio station asking for our address, and we met the lady at the play in Virginia Beach. And this lady walked up. Well, I don't know if she called us on the phone, and we prayed for her. And she said, "Thank you. I was able to tell my husband that I was suicidal because I heard you speak about transparency."
Man, that's
And we went to Atlanta. 4 people brought to us. We said they appreciate what we're doing. Thank you for helping us. Then the last play, the director of the theater, friend took his life, and he said, "Man, thank you for making me realize this through your theater."
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people are afraid to touch on
Well,
this subject
yeah.
through theater. They're actually afraid to touch on this.
And what I like about the scene playing, the people you got in the play, they all been through something in life. So
Yeah.
this is real life story. This
Yeah.
isn't, hey, I'm just going to pick up a script and read it. Nah, they coming from the heart.
Right.
So they can actually get those feelings to speak to the audience, to speak to whoever's out there, to really be like, yo, I understand where you're coming from. I know how you feel at that
Right.
time because I've been there.
Right.
And just being real, like, man, because I've been going through some things in my own life where it's okay to be real.
Yeah,
It's okay to say I need help. It's
Yeah.
okay to say I fall short.
Right.
But as long as you're extending your hand, asking for help, everything is going to be all right, man. So, man, I appreciate y'all. And, man, we got more music coming from Brother My Life Matter, the play. Oh, you this weekend.
Oh yeah, this weekend we'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's February the 23rd at the Little Rock Cultural Center. It's brought to you by the Chambers and McCain Foundation. And it's crazy because the gentleman, Rich Devon, whom we never met, sold into our ministry when we went to Atlanta, is responsible for us coming to Charlotte. We never met him.
Man, well, you never know how God
So-
works, man.
That's right.
Everything you need, He's going to provide it. All you got to do is ask for it,
Yeah.
and keep leaning on God. So, yo, y'all go out, y'all get y'all tickets. My Life Matters, Charlotte, North Carolina,
Yeah.
Everbright, right?
Eventbrite.com.
Eventbrite.com.
You can go to My Life Matter Charlotte. .eventbrite.com.
Man,
and
come
get your
out,
tickets.
support, dope play, man. It's been a pleasure working with this power couple, and yo, there's more to come. Thank y'all, man. We out of here.